Tyson Fury suggested after victory over Dillian Whyte that he planned on retiring from boxing, but reiterated his interest in fighting UFC heavyweight Francis Ngannou. Ngannou says, "Make it a hybrid fight, something that makes it a little uncomfortable for him as a boxer." By now, Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou know the game. They know a sporting demographic primed to bite and indulge a cross-discipline battle of the world's premier heavyweights. They know high-reward opportunity when they see it. Welcome to Endless Sports. Subscribe now so you never miss out on any of the greatest facts about sports and the latest trending sports news. Let's get into the video. After back-and-forth teasers on social media, the pair officially set the wheels in motion in view of a long-rumored exhibition bout on Saturday, when boxing's WBC heavyweight champion Fury welcomed UFC's heavyweight champion Ngannou to the ring after the Gypsy King's sixth-round knockout victory over Dillian Whyte. While Fury promised fireworks and complimented his counterpart's muscles, Ngannou tempted a historic Rumble in the Jungle 2 in Africa and sold the contest as an answer to the question of the baddest man on the planet. Fury was later quizzed on his desire to fight 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐿 or Anthony Joshua for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. But his attention returned to Ngannou as he excluded exhibition bouts and the accompanying Floyd Mayweather money from his retirement plans. "He's on my hit list in an exhibition fight however he wants it. In a cage, in a boxing ring, boxing gloves, UFC gloves. We can make it happen," Fury told reporters. "I think everyone wants to see it. He's a monster of a guy, I'm a monster of a guy, so it'll be a clash of the titans for sure." Speaking on the MMA Hour podcast, Ngannou said, "Make it a hybrid fight, something that makes it a little uncomfortable for him as a boxer. Ideas like MMA gloves or fighting barefoot. We still have to figure this out. We both want this fight, that's clear, and we respect each other. Probably next year it'll happen. I think it's going to happen. It's just a matter of our promotions, but we will sort this out at some point. I would say there's a 70% chance my next opponent is Fury. On his side, I would say 90% against me." How would it look? Upon embracing in the ring, the two behemoths had appeared to hint towards a mixed-rules hybrid bout consisting of UFC gloves, boxing rules, and a boxing ring. Ngannou more than compliant to making the more significant jump, having made no secret of his ambitions to one day return to his boxing roots. Top-Rank President Bob Arum would go on to suggest it would be an easy fight to make. That sentiment perhaps a reflection of why crossover contests have become such a trend, given the usual politics in bringing boxing and UFC's best together. One answer to what would the fight look like is it would look like a retirement fun capable of lasting multiple lifetimes, though you would argue Ngannou needs Fury more than Fury needs Ngannou in that respect. Fury pocketed £26.2 million from his fight against Whyte when combining his base purse and winner's bonus. Ngannou's last outing saw him earn just £471,000 after beating 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 to become undisputed heavyweight champion. Granted, Wembley Stadium welcomed the European fight record 94,000 capacity for Fury's UK return, in contrast to a 17,000-person attendance, which is where the razzmatazz and pay-per-view records they seek feel more likely to await. With Ngannou comes a reputation as one of the hardest punchers in combat sport across the world. While Fury's resume includes defeating a man with the same claim in Deontay Wilder, along with a Sugar Hill Stewart polished blend of elite sweet science and recently prominent knockout power. All that said, the boxing man breezes through a boxing match regardless of Ngannou's background in the ring. Sellouts in Vegas and at Wembley means so are eye-popping numbers. What would it mean? A pushback from UFC President Dana White, whose feud with Arum casts doubt over a Fury fight being agreed were the latter to be signed to a new contract. In a recent interview with Sky Sports, White voiced his disapproval for crossover bouts when asked about the possibility of Kamaru Usman boxing Saul Canelo Alvarez. To this day, Conor McGregor remains the only UFC fighter to have been granted exemption to box when he took on Floyd Mayweather Jr. in 2017. Between contract negotiations, and with Fury having also teased an appearance at September's WWE event in Cardiff, the end of next year appears a realistic earliest window for a possible unification bout with Joshua or Usyk, provided he does not retire. Meanwhile, Ngannou, were he to exploit the lucrative payday on offer in boxing before later returning to mixed martial arts. Joe Rogan reveals the only way Francis Ngannou can beat Tyson Fury. Joe Rogan is one of the most famous podcasters in the world. He uses his thoughtful and engaging podcasts to give his opinions on several issues. Recently on his podcast, Rogan gave his thoughts on what he felt would happen if UFC heavyweight champion Francis the Predator Ngannou faced off against boxing legend Tyson Fury. JRE number 1814 featured Rogan alongside Radio Raheem as the two discussed different topics. In one of the segments, the two discussed what would happen if MMA fighters stepped into a boxing ring against legit boxers. Rogan said, "I want to see Tyson Fury pitch a shutout. I want to see him lighten him up. I want the world to see what it's like when the best motherfucker on earth at his given thing gets to express himself with someone who's trying it out." Raheem said that it would only lead to full-blown destruction, to which Rogan replied, "Unless they allow clinching." He then explained what dirty boxing is and how the rules set in MMA allows it. He later revealed, and that's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed this upload. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for even more great content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you soon in another one.